Yes, following the health protocol, nakita ko rin na yung unang pagdamdam ko sa merong parang akong inuubo ako ng konti-konti na sabi ko, parang ano lang to, it's just a common cough, no? Sabi ko, pinabayaan ko. Pagkatapos wala naman akong nararamdaman na sore throat, wala naman akong temperature na mataas. Chine-check ko yung temperature ko and everything was normal. So akala ko ano lang ito, this might be just a common colds or cough which I took for granted, no? Or maybe sasabi ko nga, you might be in that denial stage na baka meron ako or baka wala ako, no? Pero meron pa rin duda, no? So to the point na nagpa-test tayo. Nagpa-test ako ng rapid test. And the rapid test came out as negative, no? Rapid test was negative. But still, sabi ko ganito na I think I should have a PCR test. Alam naman natin yung rapid test ay hindi accurate. So nung magpa-PCR test na ako, doon ko nakita na naging positive tayo. Of course, nung nag-PCR ako, I started already isolating myself. Nung pagdating po ng result ay ibanalita sa akin na ako ay positive, ay sabi ko ganyan, there are two things that goes to your mind. You have to take responsibility and be accountable. Sabi ko ganyan. So, kagad ginawa ko in-advise sa akin ni Dr. Ren, ng ating medical sa City Hall, that if you have the symptoms, you go to the hospital. Because I was thinking pa na, okay, baka pwede naman siguro to kung ganito lang naman, kako, baka pwede naman tayong mag-quarantine lang sa isang lugar na ako lang, no? Just to ano, but of course, and I'm very thankful na I went to the hospital. I'm very thankful na pumunta ako sa hospital kasi kung may symptoms ka nga, tama, dapat pumunta ka na ng hospital. Kung wala kang symptoms, unsymptomatic, siguro you can stay at home. Mag-quarantine ka sa bahay, tignan mo for 2 weeks. But again, pag meron ka makita symptoms, para sa akin, lagi na sinasabi nila is early detection, early response. You have to detect the virus inside of you as soon as possible, you know, para mabigyan ng pansin kaagad. There was a sense of fear, of course. There's a fear. And what do I do next? So, humanap tayo ng hospital, makapupuntahan natin. At the thing that goes to your mind is that now that I have to take responsibility as a public official, I have to disclose this. At ang mahirap na question na pumapasok sa isip ko yung baka naman I have contacted my loved ones, my family, and the people around me, kamukha itong ating mga nagtatrabaho dito sa Vice Mayor's Office sa Sangguniang. So immediately I inform everybody about that I have been tested positive, na kailangan, sabi ko nga, yun mga naging nagka-close encounter sa akin, dapat pumunta na sila sa Heroes Hall, sa City Hall, para magpa-test ng PCR. And mahirap kasing parang to take responsibility and the guilt feeling that I have spread this virus to other people, na medyo mahirap yatang i-konsensya yun. So, but again, we have to let the people know. And thank God naman, lahat naman yung mga resulta doon sa mga aking family and those who are close to me and those office of the Vice Mayor and Sangguniang, including the councilors, have tested negative. That's why it's very important, na napakalaking importansya na pag ikaw ay tested positive, dapat dito makikita natin yung halaga ng contact tracing. Kung sino ang nakasama mo within the last 2 weeks, so that malaman natin at sila ay pwede rin na kailangan din ma-test ng PCR para alam natin if they have been contacted by the virus and they will not keep spreading the virus. So yun ang napaka-importanting bagay. Well, of course, yung first that I went to the hospital, but it took quite some time for them to check me in, and because of the urgency, I went to another hospital. And, upon check-in, we found out also na wala rin rooms available because they're all full. And of course, if you are a COVID patient, iba yung room na ibinibigay sa iyo actually. Yung tinatawag nilang negative pressure room. But since there was no room, I was placed in a isolation area doon sa emergency room, na very small room actually. It's a very small room na nandoon lang tayo. Being in a isolated room, which is a small room, and there is no one to talk to, maandar yung kaisipan mo because ikaw lang mag-isa. At hindi ako nakakatulog. Ilang gabi ako hindi nakakatulog. At umaandar nga yung kaisipan mo, bakit ito yung nangyari sa'yo? At bakit ito, atong COVID na to ay nangyayari sa mundo? And with that, you come to think na there should be a reason or a sense of purpose for all of this. Kinakausap mo na lang yung sarili mo, wala ka nang kausap kundi yung sarili mo You have to find a reason why this is happening to you, number one. Number two is that there should be a sense of purpose dito. Because if you will not find a reason for all of these things that's happening to you, you will start blaming everybody. So sabi ko nga, siguro ang sa atin ng ating higher power or sinasabi natin ng Panginoon na ito bang time na to ay binigyan kang time para mag-isip naman sa sarili mo. What have you done? It's like a recollection of what have you done in your life. Maybe it's a time for you to evaluate, your life here on earth, no? And you have to have a sense of purpose. I think that is a defining moment para sa akin masasabi na itong pagkakataon na bigyan ka ng sarili mo. I mean, because before, you were caught up with the real world na you wake up, trabaho dito, meet people, na nakakalimutan mo naman yung pangsarili mo, nakikilimutan mo naman yung siguro yung para sa pamilya mo. And these things all adds up and comes to you when you are there na nag-iisa ka na lang. At sabi ko nga, siguro, and of course we have to be thankful that I have survived it right now. There are people na hindi nakakapag-survive. And siguro nga, sabi ko nga, probably in times come, I have to enlighten even mga COVID affected with this virus, how to strengthen yourself and how to have a sense of reason and purpose to your life. This is very important because kung hindi mo lalagyan ng purpose yan, hindi mo binibigyan halaga yung iyong buhay. You have to value life. You have to value and we have to be thankful to what we have. When I was being treated sa hospital, after being in that isolation room, I think for 5 days or so, I was transferred into a negative pressure room. And doon sa negative pressure room, medyo lax ka na ng konti, no? But I can see, alam mo yung experience ko because you have now contact with the nurses na pumupunta sa iyo. And I can see these frontliners are very serious with their job. Napakalaking bagay na pinapakita nila yung care na ibinibigay nila sa akin at siguro sa mga ibang pasyente na na-COVID. But of course, all protective gear lahat sila na makikita natin na naka-PPE sila. Of course, there will be a treatment, and treatment that I was getting was that of course even in the isolation room, I was naka-IV tayo, no, para pampalakas. And because of, according to the doctor, atong COVID thickens your blood. So, binibigyan tayo ng injection 2 times a day to thin the blood sinasabi na sa akin na itong pag the virus thickens the blood and it causes blood clot. Kaya marami rin, pag hindi pinabayaan mo to, and when it thickens your blood, you have a blood clot, pwede kang ma-heart attack. And these are the things that the people should know to educate them also kung anong ginagawa nitong COVID sa ating katawan. And you can die of heart attack. Nasabihin mo, the cause of death was heart attack, but of course, it was the culprit, was COVID, and it caused the heart attack. Same thing with the pneumonia. Pag meron kang COVID, ang unang tatamaan yung lungs mo. Tapos ito ay pneumonia. And you can die of pneumonia, but of course, the culprit of COVID. Kaya it's a very important nga yung lagi natin sinasabi na early detection and early response ang kailangan natin. Going to the whole COVID experience right now, I'm still in a quarantine right now. Of course, what is the life-changing effect? Sabi ko nga, kaya babalikan natin yung sinasabi natin na if there is supposed to be a reason and there should be a purpose in life. Sabi ko, it's maybe a higher calling for me na sinasabi natin na kailangan ako that we have also, from my experience, we have to let the people know and to educate them to understand what this disease is and what it can do to our body. At kailangan nga na ma-detect at na maaga para masupuan na lumala sa ating katawan. And I think it's a duty for me para sabi ko, that's why after this, I will be, actually I'm doing a memoirs, no? I will be posting do sa blog ko yung aking actual experience and at the same time to enlighten people and strengthen also, bigyan ng kahalagahan ang ating mga frontliners sa hospital, ang ating mga health workers na nagtatrabaho. And of course, to strengthen and to give support. And of course, yung papasok rin din dyan yung mga discrimination sa mga COVID patients or recovery, and of course sa mga frontliners natin na dapat naman, hindi naman natin dinidiscriminate sila. It's about time in this time in our life that we have to support. Dapat nakakaisa tayo dito. And of course, we have to certain protocols na binibigay ng local government or ng national government that we have to follow the rules. This will serve as makikita mo kung kailangan na nakakaisa ang mga Pilipino dito. Nakakaisa ang mga Pilipino na supuin natin itong laban nito sa COVID. Napaka-importante ang kooperasyon ng bawat isang Pilipino na sundin ang mga pinapairal na batas sa atin. And of course, the local government has been strict in this because we are really focused on not spreading this disease here in San Fernando.